What were the key motivations for structuring a complex set of policies like this? Was there any serious thought put behind it, or was it simply a matter of political compromise? And then ultimately, what are the consequences of the metaphor of war?
Right. That's a great question. So, I mean, this was a moment when 50s, 60s, especially when social scientists were a really important part of crafting domestic policy. And the programs of the War on Poverty throughout the 60s were deeply, deeply informed by the research of social scientists, people like Kenneth Clark and people like Daniel Patrick Moynihan, and their ideas about what the root causes of social ills were. And these academics had important seats at the policy table. Moynihan was working in 65 when he writes The Negro Family in the Department of Labor. I mean, this is a moment where scientists or academics are really important in shaping policy discussions. What Moynihan and other social scientists believed is that Black poverty in particular was pathological, that, there's a recognition of kind of the impact of historical racism, but ultimately Black people's own behavior explained the kind of deep racial inequalities in the US, not necessarily structural exclusion. So this provided Johnson and his Council of Economic Advisors a way to approach fighting the war on poverty, and we'll get to the warfare language in a moment, that didn't require a major kind of redistribution of resources or structural intervention. Because if the root of poverty is Black pathology, then all you need to do is, and I'll use the language that they use, is turn Black people into productive citizens through these kind of targeted interventions, and you'll solve the problem of Black poverty. So calling it this war on poverty not only drums up kind of popular support for these initiatives, it makes it seem as though it's going to lead to an end of poverty, even if the development of it makes it so that it could never effectively do that.